Welcome to the place where we learn about and learn from the leaders in our field who are powering creativity. I'm Aaron Dworkin, and this is Arts Engines. Just a heads up, everyone, that my new book, Entangleism, The Small Science and Big Art of Loving Your Life, is out and available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold. I encourage you to check it out. Thanks again for joining me here on Arts Engines. Today's guest is Cheyenne King-Bails, who serves as the Director of Community Experience for the Sphinx Organization. Cheyenne, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me, Aaron.
Well, obviously, I am so excited to be able to speak with you. Obviously, it's always very exciting for me when someone from Sphinx is on the show. And I've really had the honor to be able to see just the level of excellence and leadership that you bring to the work that you do at Sphinx and impacting so many people. So it really is just an honor for me to be able to kind of delve in and have our audience learn a little bit more about you and especially the work that falls under your purview. So I thought first it would be great just to kind of start off whenever people have interesting job titles. Here on Arts Engines, we always like to ask, what does that mean? So what does a director of community experience for Sphinx do? What falls under your purview?
Yeah, so I've actually more recently stepped into this role of Director of Community Experience. So I'd say kind of my main focus in this role is definitely producing the SphinxConnect convening. That's definitely what I spend a lot of my time doing. But ultimately, it's just making sure that we feel a real connection between Sphinx Organization and our networks, our community, and really building a bridge between us and making sure we're standing as an organization that people can really look to and feel comfortable connecting with and use for inspiration and kind of the day-to-day work that they do.
Absolutely love that. And obviously, that's so important. And when I think about Sphinx and its overall importance in the field and in the industry, right, its community, it seems like in some ways is everything. And so, of course, you referenced SphinxConnect. So for our audience, what is SphinxConnect?
Yeah, I love SphinxConnect. I am so glad that this is kind of my main project here at Sphinx. So SphinxConnect is our annual global convening. It is a 3-day conference that takes place in Detroit, Michigan, and it's really dedicated to making sure that everyone can come together and learn and share ideas and really build off of each other. It's kind of like the best way to start the new year and get to come together. And we have this year 30 sessions and about 90 speakers, all presenting on tons of different things. We have workshops, we have master classes, performances. So yeah, it's really just a really wonderful place to come together and build as a community and strengthen our networks together.
And so with that and kind of with the community, can you share with us like kind of who comprises SphinxConnect? Like a lot of conferences you go to, you're like, okay, it's the members of this particular association or that kind of thing. Kind of what comprises or who comprises that? And are there kind of different, if you will, kind of groups or collections of people you find at Connect?
Totally. It's a place that welcomes everyone. I think it's kind of a big mix of everyone. You have arts administrators, you have many students, many organizations and institutions, you have funders, you have entrepreneurs and artists, and it's really a beautiful place where everyone's just all on this playing field, and you have the ability to connect with people that you maybe don't talk to very often in your role. So a student could walk up to a CEO or an entrepreneur could walk up to a funder, and it's really just a really wonderful place for everyone to connect no matter what their background is or where they are in their stage of their career.
Absolutely love that. Love that. And is there any aspects that Sphinx does to kind of empower either younger people or fellows to be able to attend, or how does that work?
Yeah, so funny enough, I actually attended my first Sphinx Connect as a fellow. In 2018, I was in school in Macon, Georgia, studying violin performance, and I applied to this fellowship program. And the fellowship program really is what we have for Sphinx Connect that supports people who might not otherwise be able to get there on their own, and that can be through travel accommodations or housing accommodations. So yeah, I applied. I got to come to Detroit and attend so many sessions and meet so many beautiful people that I still work with today. And this year, this upcoming year, our Discover Year is our theme. We actually introduced a new spotlight program that will highlight kind of people that are entrepreneurs or interested in just like sharing more about what it is that they do, whether it's a project or an ensemble that wants to perform. That's our new Spotlight Fellowship program. So it's really just an opportunity to support people to join us and build with them. So.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. And in terms of content, right? You mentioned that I think over 30 sessions, like any kind of key areas or you even mentioned almost themes that people might expect, or that, they'll be able to learn more about this upcoming.
Totally. Yeah, we have a lot. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, actually, because I get so into the nitty-gritty of planning all of them. But we have a few people that are coming as a panel to, discuss about ideas that you might not have heard before, or talk about how we can come together and push through like the harder times. I know there's so much going on in the world. We have quite a few sessions that, will build like this collective energy that I think we'll need to go through the next few years. I'm trying to think of specifics off the top of my head, and I'm struggling.
Totally.
But we
No,
have
those
so much. It's
right. That's one of the things that I've found, is that there's just kind of like an overwhelming volume, not even just of content, of course, all this content and all that, but almost as you mentioned with those sessions, which kind of brings me back to even just your title of community, that a lot of times it seems so many people are leaving Connect and they're like, I feel full, I feel renewed, I feel I feel like I can go back and do X, Y, and Z now because of this sense of community I'm leaving with.
Yeah, totally. I always think of it as a family reunion. It is just like everyone is there, everyone's having a beautiful time. I think something that I think is just so funny is that you don't typically, imagine yourself doing the cha-cha slide with like, I don't know, an incredible leader or a CEO of an organization that you look up to. But at Sphinx Connect, that's totally in the realm of possibility. So it's really just, I love it. I can't say enough positive about it.
Awesome, awesome. So for our audience, by the way, where should they go to learn more information and or to register? And when is it?
Yeah, so it's Detroit, Michigan. It takes place at the Marriott Renaissance Center in January from the 22nd to the 24th. We kick off on Thursday with an opening plenary, and then we end actually Saturday night with our 29th annual Sphinx competition. But you can find all this information on our website. We have a Sphinx Connect website that you can go to. It'll lead you right to the registration. You can find the schedule, you can find the speakers. We actually have an app that we use that will kind of share a lot in real time. You can download the app and get a bunch of information and fun facts and fun activities that are going on throughout the 3 days. But that is where I would go to find more.
Absolutely awesome. And for every single person in our audience, I encourage you to go and hope you will be there and hope to see you there. So we're unfortunately just about out of time, but I always like to ask this of all my guests. So obviously this work with, engaging with all of these leading artists and administrators, students from all over the world, even, and just organizing Sphinx Connect must be so fulfilling. But there must also be some tough days, and or days where things aren't working or people aren't, where they're supposed to be, those types of things. Just wondering, as an arts leader, as an arts administrative leader, do you have any mechanisms or things that you do that kind of help you through the toughest of times?
Yeah, this is something I'm constantly working on improving. I think it's kind of a forever project to find what, builds you back up through a hard time. I will say what I kind of go by is my three R words is rest, reflect, and reset. So resting is getting away from all the craziness that you're working with. Things can feel very overwhelming, but intentionally shutting that down and resting. And then reflection, really reflecting on why it is you do what you do, why you love it. That can kind of build back that motivation to keep going. And then, resetting is really just this is why you do what you do. How can you look at this situation with a new mindset that feels refreshing and invigorating, and helps you continue to go forward? But in more practical ways, I love cooking. I love going outside, and I love sight reading with friends. So I don't know. There's so many things I could say about this, but those are my main things for sure.
Cheyenne King-Bails, you truly are one of the arts engines who is powering human creativity in our world. Thank you so much for everything you are doing leading Sphinx Connect. Thank you so much for everything you're doing for our community. And thank you for being on the show.
Thanks so much, Aaron. It was great to talk.
Just a heads up, everyone, that my new book, Entangleism, The Small Science and Big Art of Loving Your Life, is out and available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold. I encourage you to check it out.